So Ellie Macpherson has been branded shockingly irresponsible after revealing she treated her breast cancer with a heart-led, holistic approach, shunning the advice of 32 doctors. Now, I was reading this, and you could argue I could have read it again, etc., but even within the first few lines, think about this. Like, it goes on to say that she was diagnosed with something called HER2 positive estrogen receptive intraductal carcinoma, a type of breast cancer, after undergoing a lumpectomy. I'll go with that, 7 years ago. Now, medics suggested a mastectomy, so just cut your breast off, basically, with radiation, chemotherapy, hormone therapy, plus reconstruction of her breast. Now, how's that gone in the past, by and large? And have you noticed that as every year goes by, the incidences of cancer just seems to be going higher and higher and higher? And remember, these experts, have you ever taken that step back and look at what the resulting aspects for the public at large, the population at large, of their expertise? Think about this. They fail. They absolutely fail. Let's see. We'll look at economists. How's it looking around us? And by the year, let's be honest. Let's see. Health. Oh, it just seems to be getting worse and worse and worse. But no. We just need more draconian control to be able to get it right. And our solutions, you better be on board with, because you'll have no other options. Think about this. Medics suggested a mastectomy, so cutting off your breast with radiation, chemotherapy, hormone therapy, plus reconstruction of her breast. And she thought to herself, well, I've got some cash, and I've looked into a few things, and I have a doubt or two. Maybe I should be looking at other options. Now, many people, growing by the day, by the way, have thought along those lines and have found massive benefit from doing so. Yeah, massive benefit. What these tossers are all about is, well, demonize anybody, vilify them, basically, for not going with the flow, by not following the directives from the technocracy, and that's basically what it is. Look at the comments. So she does have the medical right to not choose recommended treatment, and if it works for her, great. But everybody should realize her choice will likely not work for themselves in most cases. Well, yeah, because of lack of options. That'll be, I would say, issue number one. Now, these people who have got cash, if, for example, they can't get a treatment in one country, they can get it somewhere else. And that includes nutrition. Kid yourself not. By the day, they're going after so many solutions that so many people have been using for years and have found vast benefit from it. Now, prevention, I would absolutely argue, is far better than cure. So, consuming things that avoid the build-up, for example, of cancerous tissue, cancerous cells, incidences of something that becomes terminal. Yeah, by taking responsibility for your own health and not leaving it in the hands of others, whose doctrinal aspects will, in so many cases, you'll drop weight. You'll lose your hair. They keep saying, not in every instance. I have seen so many people where costume-wearing, smiley-faced, softly-spoken professionals have said, no, don't worry. If you take that, you'll be fine. With that, it's okay. And then a week or two later, they're like, no, you're going to have to take this anyway, because that's, and then bang. And then it just, But the point is they engage in the treatment without looking at other potential solutions. And by the way, you can see the court scenarios up until possibly this day of people who have found solutions that want to talk about it with other people. And no, government has to step in there, and they're vilified, demonized. But you have to ask the questions. Why is it that consenting adults looking to get other solutions is a problem to the state, and growing by the day, the number of countries where they're like, well, you want to end your life? Yeah, no worries. Here's a program. Assisted dying for this, that, the next thing. Yeah, we'll embrace that. Well, hey, listen, it's a growing industry, blah, blah, blah. But giving people options to try things with consent, as consenting adults that potentially benefits their health, nah. Unless it's part of a pharmaceutical corporation, rubber stamped by various states, with various Masons right through to the universities and beyond, well, I'm sorry. Not only do we say that that's not a good thing, we demonize it, prohibit it, and vilify anybody that comes up with any other solution than irradiating, mutilation by cutting off limbs and flesh and whatever else, and knowing full well that if you cut into a human body, or anybody, by and large, as they've known for a very long time, cancer generally tends to spread. Things like that, as opposed to, well, what are you consuming or being exposed to that is causing this? That's what they should be asking. That's absolutely what they should be asking. Yeah, first and foremost. Yeah. They just treat the problem as opposed to, well, how did this problem come about? Seriously. You could go into more detail, but it wouldn't surprise me if YouTube underneath this vid says something like WHO or whatever else. Seriously. Which then begs the question, is there any point continuing to do vids on YouTube when it seems to be growing in censorship by the day based on what the WHO says? Yeah. So, with that in mind, I may go back to Odyssey. What's your thoughts on that? I mean, you'll miss the community aspect on YouTube and the fact that you can put memes up, because unfortunately with Odyssey, for some unknown reason, even although you've got a community page, it doesn't give you the option to upload memes, pictures, etc., which I think is a lost opportunity, as I've said before, for Odyssey. Anyway, your thoughts, and I'll speak to you soon.